I just realized that my mic has been off. I am so sorry. I guess I just got to go from here. What else can I do? Anybody watching this later on? Sorry. The joys of live stream. I can't believe I did that. I don't know why that happened. Normally when you come in, the mic just pops right back on, but shame on me for not checking that out. So again, I apologize. I might have lost viewers because I'm sitting here. The joys of live stream. Okay, so let's just sum up here what I've been talking about. And the only person who can hear me is me. Yippity, yippity, yippity. Hey, Jar. Glad to hear you tuned in. Hopefully you weren't listening with my mic off like everybody else was for the past 15 minutes. Just realized my jar. Oh my God. Just realized my mic was off. Glad you're here, brother. Glad you're here. Appreciate it. Welcome. So yeah, anyway, basically what I've been saying is the false information about, matter of fact, let me bring up another screen here. So we'll just bang, boom. All right. So the fake news basically about a Bitcoin spot ETF basically shot the price of Bitcoin up almost 10% in that span of time before it was proven to be false information. Again, can you imagine what's going to happen when it's actually approved? Holy crap. I have been telling you, and again, links to all of it are in the show notes. I think I put out between live streams and videos 8 different times over the last, 3-4 months that I've been saying now is the time to front run the market. You need to be DCAing into Bitcoin. And again, if you are looking to learn how to DCA, talk more about DCA, dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, we're going to talk about doing that. And I suggest you join me Friday night, 7 p.m., Crypto on the Rocks. It's a whole casual conversation about crypto where you actually drive the conversation. You can come in, talk live with me online, and everyone that is here in that live stream gets to vote about what we DCA into on that particular week. So again, you should be, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy, interwebs. But does it not make sense when you look at Monday while we were live online, the false news of BlackRock's ETF approval comes out. Bitcoin spikes about 10% to almost $30,000. It was hovering in that $27,000 range. And in this particular article, these are the rumors I was talking about earlier that you couldn't hear because my mic was off. Basically, where these interns that falsely put out this information, again, as I understand it, interns working for Cointelegraph, one of the biggest news sources in the cryptocurrency space, put out a tweet without editorial approval saying that this ETF was approved. And yeah, exactly. Glad to see you here, FF. Glad to see you here, brother. All right. So, they basically put out this information, but the rumor is, and I'll bring this up full screen for you, is that they put in some longs before this tweet went out. Well, hello. I don't know. There was very little news with regard to anything past this and these rumors. So, I mean, at the very least, if this is true, at the very least, they need to be fired. But frankly, I don't know, maybe criminal charges are afoot. I don't know. Again, this is information, rumor that what information I have. I can't find a lot more on it, but honestly makes a lot of sense with what happened. Now, since then, again, we've had We've had Coin Telegraph come out, explain what happened, put out an apology about what happened. And okay, great. Appreciate that. And as we looked earlier, again, when you couldn't hear me because my damn mic was off, we had the price of Bitcoin, the spot price of Bitcoin jumped 10%. Again, not financial advice, but doesn't it make sense? Doesn't it make sense that you should be front running that market? Because if false information that was probably out there for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, I'll be generous. I don't even think it was that long before it was debunked. But let's say 15 minutes, shot the price of Bitcoin up over 10% because this approval gives more legitimacy to this asset class. And again, like I mentioned, when you couldn't hear my mic, I argue that there is already legitimacy to this asset class. You have major financial institutions and, and investment firms. So BlackRock and Van Eck, Bitwise, you name it. There's the list goes on and on and on, who are looking to get these spot ETFs. Why? Because people want them. There is a demand for them. Furthermore, the SEC has already approved, and I'm not a fan of futures personally, and futures trading. However, we already have a futures Bitcoin ETF. We already have an Ethereum futures ETF. To me, again, lending credibility to this asset class. The only reason that we don't have a spot Bitcoin ETF at this point, in my opinion, again, my opinion, is that it's being held up by Gary Gensler on marching orders from this current administration. That's my opinion. Proof of that is, well, we've shown you some of the proof of that. But coffee, sorry. All right. Anyway, I don't want to get down that rabbit hole. However, what I do want to say is it's time to consider what to do before this Bitcoin ETF gets approved. Because you've got, and I know everybody will tell you like, well, you can't guarantee that's going to get approved and this, that, and the other thing. And ultimately, that's a very accurate and correct statement. However, you got BlackRock, and we did an entire, I didn't put it in this list of things to go over in the show notes, but I did an entire live stream on BlackRock alone. And they basically got their hands into everything. You think that a fund manager like BlackRock, who has their hands into everything, isn't going to get their way? Come on. At the end of the day, no, I suppose it might be that they don't, but I'm not betting against them. Let's put it that way. I'm DCAing. Gary needs to get a new job. Damn straight there, Jar. Damn straight. Damn straight. And we got proof is in the pudding. You're right, FF. Appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, exactly. Gary definitely needs to be gone. And I think, again, a different live stream, I really do believe that's happening. It's just a matter of time. I am still a little more positive than I am negative of the fact that we're going to see an ETF, Bitcoin spot ETF approval before the end of the year. I'm still kind of feeling it. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, old guy, not financial advice. But for sure, first quarter 2024, I can't see how it doesn't. I cannot see how it doesn't. What Jar's got to say here. I wish I could dump more money into BTC to make my, yeah, I know it feels strong. I get it, man. I get it. And that's what I'm going into talking about right now. So I appreciate that, Jar, for putting that in there. I really do. Let's hold on. FF's here. Oh, look at this. He just bought another BTC ASIC. Yeah, mining BTC. Exactly. Why not mine BTC? I get it. I don't know. I haven't gotten back into that, but just to put it out to everybody who's here watching the stream at the moment, and in the future, Crypto Jar, FF, and I are trying to put something together where we can do something weekly to put information out for everybody. We haven't even, matter of fact, we're supposed to be talking later today about that. So we haven't put any information out about that. When the time comes, we will, but watch for that, because you know what? Things like FF just put out about buying another ASIC and mining Bitcoin. If you're looking to passive income and you're looking to get Bitcoin, but you don't either have the money or you don't want to invest in it at these prices, well, then mining it is an option. It absolutely is an option. So this is the kind of stuff I'm hoping will also add out there as we pull that forward. But not to get off track, let me zip going here, guys. I appreciate you being here so much. You have no idea. Thank you so much. Anyway, so let's put it in perspective for you and take a look at Trading View right here. Okay, hang on. Let me bring up that screen. All right, here is the live screen for Trading View BTC USD pair. Okay, that's the current live chart. So there's the price live right now, 318 right there, 317, and I'm in the 4-hour chart right here. This spike, matter of fact, let me shrink that up just a little bit here. Oops, wrong way. Thank you. This tip right here, what's that look at? Looks like it topped out at 29,916. 29,916. Now, again, remember when we were live at the time. So when that came out, we did a quick look at the markets when I first started that live stream on Monday. That live stream, the price of Bitcoin was just above 27K. So you're talking almost $3,000 increase on false news of a Bitcoin ETF. False news, incorrect, inaccurate information. Yeah, brother, appreciate it. Power limitations. I get it. I get it. You got to consider. There's a lot of considerations with mining Bitcoin, and yes, power is definitely one of them. So I can appreciate that. Same here, brother. I told you, for those who have been on this channel, you've heard me say it. Used to have an ASIC rig put together, and we're mining Bitcoin way back. Started I think in 2018 mining, and just literally stopped about a year or two ago. Not even two, about a year ago, and it just, yeah, power costs are just outrageous. So yes, definitely something that needs to be considered. But as you can see, this price action, almost $3,000 pump in price on false news, in an incorrect, inaccurate information. Holy crap, what's going to happen when it is legit? When it is legit, think about it. Again, I've been saying this for months. And if you have had actually been doing some DCA from back when 3-4 months ago, when I started talking about it, that the price of Bitcoin then was about 26K. So even to current, you'd be up about $2,000 in price on whatever it was you were purchasing. So Imagine what that's going to look like, one, when the bull run comes, because I'm sorry, halving's coming no matter what. Bitcoin just keeps ticking away, the blockchain just keeps going, and that halving's coming. And we know what happens with the halving. The price action just keeps on going up. Let's see what we got here. These big cap and terror. Tell them FF sent you. Okay, there you go. You're getting some little financial action info there. Appreciate it. Price action from false. Exactly, right? It just false information. Once this is out on, because here's the thing. When the approvals actually come and they actually are accurate, every person, including this guy, will be live singing the praises that finally here it is. Not only everybody in what sometimes is an echo chamber of cryptocurrency, but it's going to also be mainstream media. You think that's not going to be on CNBC? You think you think the inverse Kramer isn't going to be working? I mean, come on. Let's be honest, right? I mean, it's going to be everywhere. And as soon as that happens, come on. All of these smaller investment mom and pop investment advisors and stuff, what are they going to be doing? They're going to be like jumping on in to these ETFs because, man, obviously, again, I realize my mic was off. I apologize again for that. But earlier in the beginning of this, there is an obvious demand for this. You have the mom and pops already looking for Bitcoin and exposure to Bitcoin. And they're trying their damnedest to be able to ride the wave, like I'm telling you is probably a good idea. Because as this false flag, this false information has proven, when it comes, holy cow, the Bitcoin price is going to skyrocket. Just is. I don't care. Again, not financial advice, but common sense will tell you in just watching what happened. Just watching what happened. And there you go. Smart. All right. I think you got my point. So, dollar cost averaging. Is it a good strategy? You guys are in the live chat. What do you think? Dollar cost averaging, in my opinion, oops, let's get rid of that so you can actually see it, I suppose, is probably among the best ways for people who are probably the people who are watching this particular live stream to be able to get exposure to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin as one of them in particular, without putting yourself so far out there that you're, I mean, you're just going to lose your shirt. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I don't know how many times I got to say that, but we'll say it again, put it back up on the screen even. All right. So look at what Michael Saylor did with DC. Exactly. The guy buys when the price is up. The guy buys when the price is low. And the guy has an enormous amount of Bitcoin. And I'll tell you what, winner, chicken dinner for him when this goes up. I mean, he already is. Let's be honest. Already is. But yeah, come on. JAR. Yeah. DCA is the only way. How many people have, hundreds of thousands sitting on the sideline that you want to throw in? And, should you? Again, look what happened to Mark Cuban. Another live stream I did. I mean, come on. But DCA makes sense. Lower your actual buy-in price. All right, FF. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. It is the best way for, again, the people who are watching this live stream more than likely. You want to get exposure, but you want to do it safely, correctly, smartly, in little increments. In little increments. So that leads me to, got to talk about it. I mean, hello, Crypto on the Rocks, this Friday and every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I really implore you to come on, join in, and be part of the conversation. The conversation goes, honestly, wherever you decide it goes. That's what it's all about. But here's the thing, and how it relates to DCA, because I put together a list of, matter of fact, let me see if I can bring it up here. Hold on one second. I think I have it. Let's see. There we go. Of cryptocurrencies that you get to vote on to see which ones we DCA into on that particular week. And I'm doing it in a way that is simple enough that the average person, again, watching this live stream, should be able to do it. $25 a week. That's it. 25 bucks. 25 bucks. And I know things are getting tighter. And I know even sometimes the 25 bucks can be a pain. You can do less. You can do more. Matter of fact, we had Nicole on in the live chat asking about, potentially and doing between, I think it was $50 and $100. FF, you can correct me because you were giving her some advice, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And she was given advice from Philip, regular on that particular live stream, Crypto on the Rocks, and FF, because he was there. Appreciate having him there and look forward to having him back again. Basically, to perspective on thinking, how do you do this investment? Yeah, 50, 100 bucks. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And we basically told her to start small, get your feet wet, dip the toes, whatever, before you're going whole hog. But again, as far as for Crypto on the Rocks, these are the different ones you'll get a chance to decide which one we DCA into. So far, Bitcoin is a given. We're DCAing into Bitcoin at $15 per week, regardless. The other $10 of the 25 goes into one of these other ones that you vote for, the people who are on that live stream vote for. So far, we've DCA'd into LCX and into Stellar. So I'm interested to see what's going to show up this week. What's going to be the DCA this week? The bottom line is, if you are looking to dip your toes and still front run the market, because time's running out, if you ask me, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy on the interweb. But the fact is that, in my opinion, this Bitcoin spot ETF is going to be approved. It's going to happen. I mean, nobody knows the timing at the end of the day. None of us that are sitting here, even me, when I was speculating, a few minutes ago as to what the timing is going to be, I don't know. But what I do know, in like my heart of hearts, is that the fact that BlackRock wants it means it's going to happen. Couple that with the fact that the halving is about 6 months away, give or take. The halving is always a boom for Bitcoin. Now, I'm curious if there's no additional factors such as an ETF approval, if the boom will actually be kind of like it normally is. Because now you've got so many other entities aware of Bitcoin and invested in Bitcoin. Because again, don't think for 1 minute that any of these people who tell you you shouldn't buy Bitcoin, like JP Morgan Chase, and restrict you from doing so, like they just did. I think it started yesterday or the day before in the EU. Don't think for 1 minute that they're not putting money into this asset class. Not only are they putting money into this asset class, but they're building entire OTC desks and custody services for their wealthy clients. They're doing it regardless. Check this chart out. After every halving, not sure where the chart is, brother. If you sent the link, I didn't get it. But you're right. There is a chart out there. I don't have it linked ready here. Sorry. Where that shows what happens with the price action after the halving. He is correct. And if I get that link in here, I will I'll bring it up on the screen. But again, we've seen what happens with the false information. Move the price of Bitcoin by 10% from what was about $26,000, just over $26,000 to almost $30,000. Sorry. It might, I don't know. It might be a setting I have in there that blocks the link. Sorry, brother. Thank you for trying, though. I appreciate that because I know the chart you're talking about, and you're 100% right. So thank you for trying. Appreciate that. Anyway, so let's pull this together, and then I'm gonna wrap for today. So we have false information on Monday that took the price of about the BlackRock spot ETF being approved. On that false information alone, unverified information that was probably out in the Twitter sphere, because it was a tweet on Twitter for maybe 10, 15 minutes, sent the price of Bitcoin up over 10% in that span of time. Wrap your head around the fact of what exactly do you think is going to happen when everybody, not just one news outlet, everybody in the crypto space, everyone in the mainstream media, anyone that follows finances is going to be talking about the approval, because it's coming, the approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF. You're going to be wishing when the price of Bitcoin goes from where it is right now, you know what? Let's bring it up. See exactly where it is right now. Here we go. Live here on TradingView. Okay, 28,236. Okay, 28,236. When it goes from that price to, who knows? The sky's the limit at that point, right? And you weren't ready to ride that train, you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt. I know that I grabbed some Bitcoin when it dropped down in, what was it, 2018, 2019, down to around that $3,000 mark. I didn't have the funds to grab it at 3,000. I'm still kicking myself in the ass. But I did grab some at around that $7,000 mark when it was slowly coming back on its way up. I'm glad I did. But here's the here's the other end of that. I didn't grab enough. And though I don't ever see that Bitcoin's going to go back down to that kind of price range, I really don't. You're going to be thinking that, and so will I probably, if you're not DCAing now into Bitcoin to ride the wave up to even the previous all-time high around $69,000, which, if you are to believe some of these conservative estimates from people like Kathy Woods and so on and so forth, Bitcoin is going to be six figures next year, and by 2030, seven figures, if you're to believe them. Again, does anybody really know? No, but it only makes sense. Bitcoin is a depreciating asset, unlike the US dollar. Does it not make sense to dollar cost average, to DCA into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency now? Only you can answer that question, people. Only you can answer that question. All right. That's going to do it. I'm going to wrap up. I appreciate everybody being here. Crypto Jar, Financial Failure FF. I appreciate you guys being in the live chat. Truly, I do. And look forward to talking to you guys later today. For everyone else, make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That way you know when I go live. Monday, Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Eastern. Fridays, Crypto on the Rocks. Crypto on the Rocks. I'm really going to promote that right now. This coming Friday, Crypto on the Rocks, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you're there. Come join me live. You don't even have to show your face. You can be in the live chat. That works. I appreciate that. Or just, blank screen and come talk just audio. I don't care. Come on in and have the discussion with everybody that shows up. We had a great discussion last week, and I think helped people with regard to that. All right. Yes. Talk to you later. Appreciate you being here, Jar. Seriously. Thank you. And so Friday, this coming Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, Crypto on the Rocks. Now, here's the thing. I know there's a lot of different things competing for your time, but I'm going to suggest to know when we are going live. In the description of this live stream is a link to join my newsletter. Join the newsletter. I'm actually sending out some great information. I was given the opportunity to pass on some information about a cryptocurrency summit that's coming up next week. So that's going out to subscribers of my newsletter as we speak. But more than that, I send out an email right before I go live every single time. So if you want to know when I'm going live, join my newsletter and be up to date on all that information. Link in the description below. All right, that's going to do it. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Don't forget, join me